Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Beauty and the Derm. I'm Dr. Kavita Mariwala, a board-certified dermatologist, and I'm with Miss
April Maroshick.
And so today we're talking about under eyes. From last week's episode, you guys told us that you want to talk about under eye circles. So we're going to tackle some myths first. So myth number one, April.
Yes.
Is it true that before beauty pageants, people use Tux medicated pads to get rid of their under eye bags?
I hate to admit this, but it is true.
Okay.
It is not a rumor, it is actually true.
So they're using Tux pads and you just swipe it? What do you
do? They just keep them on for like a little while, I guess, almost like you would keep like a cucumber on your eye. And it apparently works. I personally haven't tried it because I'm afraid of breaking out. But it's something that has worked for a bunch of other people. I've always been tempted to try it, but I haven't had the guts yet.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And I might have to do that before a meeting. But you did say it can make you break out.
Yeah, and especially with somebody with my kind of skin.
So I think that's a really good point to bring up because a lot of these quick fixes can sometimes lead to bad side effects.
Yeah, that's something that I think I had learned. I had gotten some sort of, I used some sort of face mask prior to my first pageant.
Right. Face masks can definitely make you break out.
Biggest mistake ever.
Okay, so now I'm completely intrigued. Okay. So we've got the Tux pads for under eye. Is there any other beauty pageant secret?
People tend to use chafing cream as a makeup primer.
What?
Yes. Oh, also, I have a secret of something that I do.
Okay. Okay, what's the secret?
So for me, to set my makeup, I spray hairspray all over my face.
What?
Which is probably like your worst nightmare as a dermatologist.
Wait, but does that work?
It works. It keeps your skin like looking really smooth and soft, and everything is just like, it stays on all day. Like you don't need to touch up your face.
Okay, girls, sometimes there is like that one-time thing you have to do. Okay, but now I'm gonna have to obsess about this. So what kind of hairspray?
I'll use any kind. Right now I'm really hooked on the Moroccan oil hairspray because there is some Moroccan oil in it, so it doesn't totally dry out your face because it's really not good for you to do
spray
that.
it like a setter.
Yeah, so it's not like I just literally hold it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Okay, so you hold it and spray it.
Yep.
And then you're
for like 10 seconds, and that's what it keeps my face looking good all day.
Okay, so far I learned Tux medicated pads, chafing cream, and then hairspray, and you're flawless.
Yeah, are you not like totally freaked out by this being
mind blown? And though I am a little freaked out about it by being a dermatologist, I have to say that when you're a woman, and sometimes you have to bring the heat.
It's true.
You need to do stuff like
especially
that.
on special occasions. If you have a special occasion, like, don't do it every day. But.
Yeah, like a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
And clearly it works. You're Miss New York.
It worked for me. It's all in the hairspray on the face.
It worked for her.
That's how you win, guys. That's how you win.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you for another tip. All right, so what is your favorite concealer to use for under eye bags?
The Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is like the holy grail of all concealers.
Really?
I cannot live without it.
Okay, and does it come in a lot of different shades?
It comes in a ton of different shades, from super fair to really dark. I have a very hard time finding a color since I am so pale. Especially a lot of them tend to be like on the pale side. They tend to have pink undertones and not yellow undertones. And I'm a little bit more on the yellow side, even though I'm fair.
I think that's a really good question because for a lot of people, finding the right undertone to conceal bags is something important. So people usually tell me for brown skin, I have really dark bags under my eyes, to use something that's like a bright orange or even a peach. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a makeup expert, so I don't know, but I believe everything that you're saying.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. What if I was lying to you?
I feel like you wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, peach is really important to correct like the purples under the eyes and things like that.
I think that one of the misconceptions is that people don't know what's causing their dark circles.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things that people often ask me is like, oh, my glass is doing it, and that's actually not true. But you know what does cause a lot of dark circles? Looking at electronics.
Oh, really? Is that why I'm the way that I am now?
Well, I mean, that's hard to say because you're beautiful, so I feel like people look at it more.
It's my worst thing with my skin is my dark under eye circles.
Yeah, so looking at all the blue light that's coming from your electronic devices, computer screens, I mean, we're hooked in all day long, and that light actually makes your eyes have more fatigue and can make the darkness under your eyes even worse. Other common things, allergies. I actually call them allergic shiners because it can look like somebody, like punched you in the face. And so I tell people to take a Zyrtec once a day. You don't have to take it in the morning, you can take it at night, and that helps a lot. Also with some swelling, if you notice that that's a seasonal thing. And then the other thing is that sometimes it's just genetic. So
that I feel like mine might be a little bit genetic.
I know, I love my
Which
parents.
I'm really, I'm like, Mom, I love you, but why?
Yeah. So if that's the case, we actually recommend a couple of ingredients to look for.
Oh. So there's an answer.
There's an answer.
Oh, look at that! There's an answer, guys. There's an answer.
So one thing I like a lot is caffeine. Well, to drink, but also to put under the eye area. So a pharmaceutical grade caffeine does help tuck the puffiness, but also improves the darkness.
Okay.
So we have one here. We call it AOX Eye Gel. We like it a lot. And when you're applying eye cream, how do you tell people to do it?
I just tap it with my ring finger because I know it's like the most delicate finger, and since the skin under your eye is so delicate, like you're not supposed to pull or anything. So you just tap it in. Am I correct?
That's perfect.
Oh, look at that! I know something.
So it turns out if you try to press as hard as you can with all of your fingers, the weakest one is your fourth finger. Yeah. And so that way you'll never press too hard.
I wonder why the pinky isn't weaker than the ring finger when it's so tiny. That was a really weird question. I don't know why I just asked that.
And so I like pharmaceutical grade caffeine, obviously things that have high pigment. But then you can also do fillers.
Wait, this was always my question. So you can do fillers for like, I'm gonna get a little personal here. I have this like permanent under eye bag, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's been there forever. Like you would do like a filler in there to fix that. So you want to be careful on who you're choosing to do your fillers under your eyes because it can be a little bit complicated and there are potential bad side effects. Oh, that's like blindness. But if you're going to a board certified dermatologist, we happen to specialize in that kind of injection technique. Oh, and we use a product that's hyaluronic acid based, which is basically a component of your skin, and we inject it into this area. So it's really important to understand what makes up the trough of the eye, right? So if you feel like you have a bag, there's a fat pad here, but then there's also this sort of dell that happens. And so while you can't fix the fat pad per se, you can fill in the dell so they sort of meet. And if you have darkness under the eyes, you can put filler under there, and because it lifts that delicate skin off the capillary bed, then the color goes away. Wow, look at that. See, so it's no tux, but it is more permanent. Yeah, definitely, which is more worth it because then you don't need those things. Then you don't need those things. The other thing that we like a lot in our office is microneedling, which is a procedure. Sounds barbaric, but we numb you up. I've done it a few times, and we actually have it on our Instagram on highlights, but we pass tiny microscopic needles over the face, and it forms little kind of like holes, but as they heal, the collagen forms, and it also helps to improve the color under the eyes. So it's like forcing your skin to kind of renew itself is basically the point? Exactly. Okay. You got it. And so that helps with puffiness too. So just keep telling me more, please. I need to follow this information. I think fillers are probably one of the best options, but you want to go to somebody you really trust, and they can make a huge difference. Can you imagine going to like someone who's not that good? And I know sometimes people are tempted to go to someone because it's a little cheaper. Yeah. But you don't want to risk something like that. Yeah, under the eye area, this is not the time to be shopping on Groupon for that. Yeah, exactly. You definitely want to go to somebody who's board certified, that you know what they're injecting, that they know the anatomy and are doing it well. Yeah. And the other thing to know is that women are not the only ones who suffer from this. A lot of men get microneedling, a lot of men do fillers in that area. It works out great for them. And then there's one other device called alt therapy, and we do that in our office, and it's for when you have a lot of sort of that festooning or bagginess under the eye. It helps tuck it all in and gives you a little eye lift. Oh, I didn't know you can fix that either. Yeah, so we have lots of little tricks up our sleeve. Lots of answers. Yes. So between your quick fixes and our more permanent ones, you can get rid of your eye bags. Get rid of them. Isn't that amazing? That's awesome. So stay tuned for our next episode, and as always, shoot us some comments on what you'd like to hear about next. Yes.